Okay, so today I'm going to talk about webhooks, what they are, how to use them, and I'm going to show you how you can put together a quick example where you can get IFTTT to send you a webhook notification every time you tweet on Twitter. So what are webhooks? Webhooks are events sent by a webhook provider to your application. They're like APIs in reverse. A couple of examples would be, for example, Stripe sending you a webhook notification every time a payment is created. Say when somebody buys something, for example, or take IFTTT, they could send you a webhook notification every time you tweet on Twitter. And that's what we're going to be demoing today. Okay, so I have a GitHub repository here. I'll put a link in the description below. You'll need to clone it to get the example running, so just follow the instructions here. Make sure you have git node.js npm. Clone the source using this command and run npm install inside the folder to set up the project. And to run it, you just run npm start. So I have the source code checked out here. And I've already set everything up, so I'm just going to run npm start to start it, and you can see it's given me a little URL for my app, localhost 3000. This app has a little endpoint here, /tweeted, and that is what's going to receive the tweet. And pretty much what's going to happen is when IFTTT notifies us of a tweet, it's going to log out the tweet to the console. So it's a pretty simple app, and we'll see that come out here in the console. Okay, so now I'm at the IFTTT website, and we're going to create an applet. So just click on create up here. Where it says if this, click on add. Type in Twitter. Click on that. Click on new tweet by you. And create the trigger. And over where it says then that, you click on add, type in web, click on webhooks, make a web request, and you can see here it needs a URL. And you might remember when we first started the app, it gives us this URL of localhost 3000, but in this case it's not going to work because your localhost is only visible to your machine. It's not visible to IFTTT, they can't see that, and they need a URL that they can see. That means that you need a public URL, and to get one, we're going to install my tool called expose.sh. So to get that, you go to expose.sh/install. And you just follow the instructions. So for Linux, you would copy and paste this into your terminal. Same thing for Mac. For Windows, you just download it. It's in a zip file, and you can just run the executable or put it somewhere in your path, and then you'll have access to it from everywhere on your shell. So I've already installed expose.sh on my machine. So you can probably see here that it's running on port 3000. All you do to get a public URL is you go expose and the port number, which in this case is 3000. So now it'll generate us a URL, so you just copy the URL. And we'll use this as the URL and add /tweeted at the end. So that way it will hit this endpoint. Change the method to post. And for the content type, it's going to be application JSON. These two are important because otherwise the app is not going to pick it up. For the body, you can just copy what I have here. So I have the body here in example/IFTTT tweet.json. So just copy it, and then you can paste it into here. And then you can create the action. So So continue, review and finish, and then finish. So I'm just going to open up the settings just to make sure that everything is correct. So we have the URL, post, application JSON, and the body. It looks good. And so now I'm going to go over to Twitter and make a tweet, and then we should see it appear in the console just here. Okay, so now I'm on Twitter, and I'm going to tweet something. I'll just say test IFTTT. Just tweet that. Now it's not going to show up straight away under normal circumstances, but we can give it a bit of a push so that it will search for our tweets now, and it'll send a notification. So you just click on, you just go into the settings as I've already done, and then you just click on check now. And you can see it here. So it's it says expose.sh tweeted test IFTTT, which is what we wanted to happen. Okay, so to recap, webhooks are events sent by a webhook provider to your application. They're like APIs in reverse. Instead of you sending a request to an API like you normally would, the webhook provider sends a request back to you. To test webhooks end-to-end, you need a public URL, and you can get one with expose.sh. There are other tools out there, but I recommend this one. To get expose.sh, you just go to expose.sh, and the GitHub code for the example app is at this URL here. I'll put a link in the description below. So thanks for watching. You can contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/expose_sh. Any questions you have, just put them in the comments below.